Hey friends, we are live. It's me, Lola. Listen, I'm apologize for being late. I was waiting for my house to get as settled as humanly possible for a family that is pretty large, you know what I'm saying, and active. So it's pretty settled at the moment. But come on in, come join me. I'm super excited to talk to you today about growing your idea prophetically. Growing your idea prophetically. I gotta write that down. So I said it and then kind of went on about my business. But I was like, that is super, super cool. Okay, let me tell you something about myself as I wait on you guys to come in the room and to come in and say, hey, back to me. Grace and peace. Diane, let me know if my signal is okay or if my sound is out or if my signal is out. Please just let me know. Dante is not joining in because he's doing some stuff, so he can't jump on and tell me if something wrong is happening. So I expect you guys to like completely help me. So if my sound is good, if my quality is good, if you guys and ladies, gentlemen, if y'all are ready, then go ahead and just drop a comment and just let me know everything is good so we can get started. Grace and peace to you, Shalonda. I hope you and your husband, King Canva, are doing amazing. Okay, so Diane said it's kind of choppy. Is anyone else experiencing any choppiness? And let me see. I'm going to Wi-Fi. So I just disconnected from my Wi-Fi and hopefully that will help it. We upgraded our Wi-Fi connection recently because we're just all doing a lot. So, I mean, we have 3 remote learners, and then Dante and I are home doing our thing remotely. And sometimes we are all like on something streaming at once, like Zoom class all day long and stuff. So we upgraded our internet and we're hoping that that's going to help. Is everything sounding okay at this moment? As I continue to wait on you guys to come in, let me just say it's me, Lola. I'm super excited to be talking to you. I had a peaceful weekend. I had an exciting weekend. I had a great, 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 great weekend. I'm having a great day. I'm just in a really, really exciting place. Okay, it may just be because I'm talking low. I'm talking kind of low today. But let me tell you guys this as y'all are coming in. So I wanted to start sharing like little bits and pieces about me and who I am. And this is the first thing that I want to say. I usually have flowers behind me. Like when I record my videos, you'll usually see some fresh flowers back there. I love flowers. I love fresh flowers. My hubba wubbas grabs them for me, sometimes at my request, sometimes on his own, but either way, they make it home and we put them up, and I just love, love, love them. So today I don't have my fresh flowers, and it made me think about something that I'm going to be doing this spring. So this spring, I'm going to plant all of these wildflowers in our backyard and just beautiful, colorful flowers, zinnias, cone flowers. I'm going to plant all of these flowers in our backyard, and I'm just like super excited for it. Super, super excited. I'm so ready to get out there. So last year we actually planted like over 20 trees. We had some trees that'll grow pretty big and then some trees that are going to be smaller, and then we also did like some really pretty decorative trees because we're planning on kind of turning the backyard into a garden oasis, like just this whimsical, magical place is completely imaginative and will just help to unlock and unleash God's creativity. I'm really, really excited. So, like next year, yes, I'm talking about fresh flowers, babe. Dante, is my sound okay? Is my quality okay? And is my volume okay? I want to make sure I don't have the mic covered up because I have my phone a little bit lower today. But yeah, I'm excited. Like I'm probably the most excited in the house to do it. So I'm waiting on my husband to comment, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hubba wubbas, am I good?
There's a lag between what I see and what you say.
Got it. But my sound is good. I'm good to start rolling and going.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go. So, hey, I'm Lola, and I got a short prophetic bit of inspiration and encouragement for you today. This is all about growing your ideas prophetically. So, if you're someone who has a dream or has any type of vision to do anything at all, then you're in the right place. You don't have to be a existing business owner to be here and to gather something from what I'm going to tell you. You don't. You can just be in idea phase. You can be in, okay, I'm doing it phase, or you can be in starting over phase. I'm so excited. So if you notice, I put like a little emoji in today's title, what my husband did, which is a pot and like some flowers growing out. Super cool, right? Grace and peace, Bree. So yeah, that's what I feel like we're that's the season that I feel like we're in, like this growing season, this blooming season, just this beautiful place. So as I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about spiritual seasons and how spiritual seasons actually mimic natural seasons. And when I say spiritual seasons mimic natural seasons, I'm talking about like the natural seasons that I see. So some of you all may stay in areas where you don't have a winter, you know. Some of you all may stay in areas where it's mostly like a summer season for you. But where I live, I actually see four different seasons. Like today, randomly, it was snowing, like snow flurries were happening, and I'm like, that is so weird because it's not even super cold outside. But, anyways, let me get back into this. So, this spiritual season thing, there are like four seasons that we see happening over and over again in our lives. You'll see it span across your human development. So when you're a baby, when you're a teenager, when you go into adulthood, and then when you get up into age and you become like a real elder, you know what I'm saying? Like, where it's like you somebody's granddaddy, a grandmama, or they great. So we'll see like these spiritual seasons just happening over and over and over again. And the first one is spring. Spring is a time of birthing, it's a time of fresh starts, it's a time of new beginnings, it's a time of renewal, you know. It's a time of just everything just starting over. It's a really pretty place to be in. And then you have summer. Summer is a time where you start working. And if you're wondering what I'm looking down at, I'm trying to pull up this graphic online. I had no intentions on talking about this, but it just came to me as I'm on. So I'm trying to pull up my content so I can just read it to you and keep it going. But summer is like a time of work. Summer is exciting too because like you like, man, you're busting it out, like your idea that you had, like you're really putting the work in to make it come to pass, right? You're doing the hard work. You're you know, you're staying up, you're saying no to people, you're saying less, you know. You're at home like really grinding it out. And then our favorite time, or most people's favorite time, this is actually my favorite natural season, is fall or autumn. So in fall is the time of reaping. This is the time where you see the fruits of your labor being returned to you. This is a season where you produce, you know, all that hard work you put in, it comes back to you. You receive a return, you receive a reward. And then you have winter. And winter is that time that you rest. It's also a time of investing, and it's a time of you pouring into others. It's a great time for that. So right now, I feel like God has us in a place of just so much new. Overall, we're in a spring season. We're in a season where there's just so much new stuff happening around us, and there's new things that God wants to do in our lives. And I kind of started talking about this last maybe within the last 2 months, where I told you all I took my whiteboard, which you see behind me. I took my whiteboard and I completely cleared off my whiteboard. And the moment that I cleared off my whiteboard and moved everything out of the way, it's just like all of this new stuff just started flowing. And I just had all of this new stuff pouring out of me. And I was like, wow, there's something about putting a clean slate in front of you. There's something about putting a blank piece of paper in front of you. There's something about putting that in front of you and just waiting to see what happens. So that's the season that we're in. We're in that season where there's no expectation. There's truly limitless possibilities. I was working on something last week and I took some creative time for myself. So part of my regular routine that keeps me happy, that is like my self-care, includes educational time because I love to learn, and also like just time where I can create. I am probably my most happiest where I'm creating, and it can be anytime, anything, any type of creating. I can be writing, I can be creating a graphic. I can be working on an idea. Anything that I'm creating makes me happy. And when I'm learning, like I have to have that. If I don't, like I'll just, it throws me off. That's my self care to me. So I was in my creative time and I was doing something a little bit different. I pulled out some magazines and stuff, and I was just looking through the magazines and figuring out if I wanted to like clip any pieces and put them in my planner or put it on like a mini mood board that I created. Like, so I had a mini mood board for like some content ideas, and it's really cool. But anyways, as I'm doing that, I look at this magazine advertisement, and it was like for a water ad of all things. So I just look at it, and it had a statement on there and a complete statement, but my eyes just kind of ignored the complete statement that was on there. And what jumped out to me was no table set. So that jumped out to me. No table set. And when I saw that, I was like, I'm going to record this moment because I want to share it with people to show just like how, man, God is always looking to connect with us. And it's okay if he talks to you differently than he talks to other people. It's okay. Like, he's your dad and he wants to make himself known to you, and he will. He knows how he made you. And when God talks to us so uniquely in ways that, we really value and appreciate, it's evidence that he made us. It's evidence that he knows us that intimately, right? So I recorded it on my phone as I took my Sharpie and I struck out the other letters that were on the paper. And no table set was what God was highlighting to me at that moment. Like, when you go to dinner or you go to a restaurant or your friends invite you over for dinner, they have the table set. It's prepared, everything is in order. They know what's going to be happening. They know what they're going to serve you. You're coming over there to eat, and that's what you know. But God was saying, like, there is no table set. Like, there is no expectation I want you to have at this moment. Like, anything can happen. And when I say anything can happen, I'm talking about good stuff. Anything can happen, in these seasons where God is just doing so many new things. In these seasons where you're growing your idea prophetically, so much can happen. So the first thing I want you to take away from what I'm telling you is that you've got to alleviate yourself of your expectations, of God, of what's going to happen, of how your idea is going to work, of how your idea is going to flow. You've got to get all of that stuff out of your head and out of the way. This is a season where you do not need to have any expectations because there's no table set. You don't need to have any expectations because the thing that you're thinking might block what God is trying to do for you. You may be thinking like, oh, well, I can't have this, or it's no way possible that I could do this. And God is like, fam, I'm so trying to make that happen for you, like, but I need you to get this thing in line with me. So the way that we can get this thing, this mind, in line with him is just to say, Lord, like, just, I'm leaning on you. I don't have any expectations. I'm coming to you. I'm surrendering my idea to you. I'm surrendering my business to you. I'm surrendering my dream to you. I'm surrendering my vision to you. You gave it to me. I don't have to, I don't have to force it to happen. You know, I don't have to force this thing to happen. I just need to come to you, and you're going to tell me what to do, and you're going to lead me, and you're going to guide me, and you're going to show me the way. So that's the first thing. Grace and peace, Dr. Ashley. I didn't even know you were on here. So it's good to have you here, and everyone else is joining. So that's the first thing. Like, I really, really want you to like not allow yourself to limit this season and to limit how God wants to change your life just from this one season because of your own thinking. Get your expectations out of the way. Something that I did at the end of the year last year, I kind of went through my planner and put like my vision in my planner. And I used my magazine clippings. And you guys, you're in the group with me. And for those that are watching on YouTube, you're not in the group, but you can join. Just go to dreamersignited.com. Dreamersignited.com. DreamersIgnitted.com. Go there, answer the questions, and automatically let yourself into the group. And then you can see my pictures, and in my pictures you'll see my planner and me like putting my vision in my planner. So at the end of the year last year, like the last week of December or whatever, I started just like going through all of the stuff. And one of the statements that I ended up reading this year was about the same thing, like expectations. Like, get rid of your expectations. Get rid of your expectations. You know, get them out the way. Like, get rid of all of them, because this is just such a new place, and now I'm understanding it more and more and more, you know, so I can come into agreement with what God is trying to do. And that's another thing. When we don't understand what's happening, it makes it really hard for us to come into agreement with it, right? So if you have like a team member at work or a classmate in school, and y'all are working on a project together, and you're just not getting what they're talking about, it's like it causes contention, right? It's like putting a magnet with the same in the same way. It just goes together and it bounces off, right? And that's the same thing that we do with God when we don't understand him. You know, it causes us to come into contention with his idea, with his plan. And God is different. God is not like your teammate that you need to understand. God is not like a partner in business that you need like to have like, nah, fam, I don't understand that idea that you just told me. I need you to lay this out. Give me a plan from point A to point B. God is not like that. God is not like your husband that you, or your wife that, or your partner that you want to understand. God is someone that you can trust. He's someone that you can trust. When the word says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding, it's something that we can trust. It's something that we can trust. We can say, you know what, I don't have to understand, because it said lean not into your own understanding. It just told me not to lean into my own understanding. That means I don't have to understand. I can trust him. So don't let your lack of understanding get in the way. Don't let it stop you from pursuing whatever God wants you to do. Yesterday, I just felt like, man, I'm about to rebrand my whole YouTube and everything. And I was like, I have no clue what is about to happen or what I'm about to do. But I came into agreement with the idea because I know who I'm following and who I'm serving. I know who my dad is. You know, I got access to him all the time. And I know that he's going to tell me what to do. And even if I misstep, even if I get misguided in any way, the Father will reroute me. That's his job. He's a dad. And I've seen him do that over and over and over again. I told you all maybe on my marriage story on YouTube. So if you go and search that, my marriage story on YouTube, you'll hear it. But I did not want to talk to my husband when I met him. Dante, man, like we were like, no, we're good. And God gave me a dream after I told Dante, I'm fam, like take your little tail right on down to that acquaintance zone. And we can speak when we speak, but we don't have to make it a point to do that at all. But after I told Dante that in a very, very respectable way, I had a dream, and the dream was the Lord rerouting me back to Dante and saying, like, no, I want you to open up to this man. I want you to talk to this man. And now he's my husband. I'm telling you that to show you that God has the power to reroute you. You don't have to worry about, am I going to miss it? Is it going to happen? No, he'll do that. So the first point I gave you is that it's time to get rid of your expectations. Your expectations, get rid of them. Yes, you're growing your idea prophetically. Yes, you think that it's just yours on your own, but really God put it there. And if he put it there, then he is obligated to fulfill it. He's obligated to do that because he's spoken a word to that promise. You know what I'm saying? And he esteems his word beyond his own name. Okay? So God is obligated to fulfill the dream, the idea that he's giving you. That means that let go of your expectations. That means that you don't need to understand. That was the second point. You don't need to understand what's happening. You don't need to have the plan laid out from point A to point B. You just need to keep doing what you've been doing, and that's going to God for your answers. Going to God, hey, what do I do next? And then not putting a limit on him. Like, hey, Father, I need this answer. I'm going to fast for 7 days, and I need this answer on the seventh day. We don't do him like that. He's God. We humble ourselves before him. He's our dad. He speaks when he wants to, you know, and we trust that he is good and he's going to make sure we get what we need before we need it. Okay. When I decided to come off of social media, my fam, Shirley's, I love you. I got to look at the word you sent me this morning. I actually like her. So thank you for sharing that with me. But when I made the decision to come off of social media, I initially was going to God like, okay, God, what's the plan? Like, what do you want me to do? I feel like you want me to do this, but I need the plan. Like, how long is this happening? You know, where do you want me to be? What do you want me to do? And I never got an answer. I got peace. I didn't get an answer. I didn't get directions, but I got peace. And the peace was when I said, okay, I'm going to just come off indefinitely. You know, I'm just not going to be on my personal and my life advice brand page on Instagram. I'm not going to post consistently all of that stuff that I've been doing. I'm just going to show up in these few places that I know you've given me the green light on, and that's going to be it. And that's what I did. And when I decided to do that, again, I didn't get an answer. I didn't get explicit directions, you know, from here to here. I didn't get that, but I got peace. He gave me peace and I ran with it. Okay. So the next thing that I really want to share with you all and get out of the way is something that should make you happy. And then I'm going to go to point 4, and that's going to be it. But this is also an upgrade season. So with what God wants to do, he wants to like take you and upgrade you. And I don't do stuff like this and share, you know, this kind of stuff. I just don't. So when I heard that, it was really, really weird, but it's an upgrade season. And the way God showed me that it was an upgrade season is with me and my husband. So I love how God talks to us. Now in the Bible, like God would have people live out prophetic words. Okay. You can see it in the book of Hosea. He had Hosea marry a prostitute to show the unfaithfulness of God's people in him. He did that to show that Israel was unfaithful. I'm so glad that God doesn't have us do that, because the minute the Lord would have said, I need you to go marry this prostitute and then lay down and have babies with them, I would have been like, Father, you are kidding me so much. You're so funny. But he told another prophet, Ezekiel, to lay on his side for a certain amount of days, and that represented like a siege. He told the same prophet, you know, I want you to cook your food over feces. And he was like, I've never done that. I haven't been defiled. And he was like, okay, we'll cook it over like animal feces or whatever. But like some of these people like had to live out like some crazy words. And I'm just so grateful that Jesus came and took all of that stuff away from us and we're under grace. But anyways, I saw like what God was doing in my own life. I saw where I've slowly been upgrading some of our stuff. Like Dante and I have been slowly upgrading some of our stuff. And as we're upgrading, as we're thinking about, okay, we're going to make this purchase in the next 2 months, we're not thinking like, oh, I'm holding on to all this stuff that I had. We're thinking like, no, we're giving this away. Like, who are we about to give this to? And we're like, hey, you need this? Like, do you need this? Oh, you need it? Okay, I'm gonna send this to you. You know what I'm saying? Expect to get this from me. Know that this is coming. So we're in an upgrade season where God is giving to us, but in his generosity, it's not for us to just hold on to everything. If you have something that you don't need, let it go. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. Don't always look to gain something. You know, give, give. There's a principle in giving. If you give from a pure place, God will honor it. It doesn't matter if it's a small thing or a big thing, God will honor it, you know? And giving doesn't always have to be something that is financial or something that costs you money. Giving is a matter of cost, but it's a sacrifice. So it can be time and energy. Give to someone. As God is upgrading you, give to other people. And then this is the last thing. This is how you unlock all of this stuff that God wants to do right now, which we don't know, because remember, there's no table set. God wants to take us to take all expectations of what he's about to do off the table and just let him be God. That's what he wants. But this is how you unlock it. You release. You release to him. I'm going to read this to you and I'm going to get off of here. But I wrote this the other day. And let me see. No more toiling, no more stressing, okay? Release what you have and I'll make it easy. How do you show and even know you've released it? Do this. Put a clean slate before you. Take whatever idea you had and move it to the side and put a blank piece of paper in front of you and let God just give you what he wants to give you in this moment and let him lead you. That's how you do it. That's how you show it. Okay? So some of y'all are like, man, I got really amazing ideas. You do. And if God wants you to use that, he'll let you know. If God wants to use that to build what he's trying to do for you right now, he'll let you know. And I know this is weird. Trust me, it's weird. But something that I heard the Lord say that this morning is that, and I have to read this because I don't remember exactly how he said it. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so I know this may sound weird, but one of the ways you'll know you're going the right direction this season will be you feeling uncomfortable. That's what the Lord told me this morning. He's like, that's one of the ways that you're going to know you're going the right way. You're going to be uncomfortable. So, guys, I'm happy. I'm excited. I hope y'all are too. I'm super excited. Like, I just can't even tell you how excited I am. And I'm also like, nervous because I'm like, man, I know that I'm going to have to do stuff that I'm not really wanting to do yet and that I want to feel like I'm more prepared for, but the Lord is like, no, like just do what I'm telling you and it's going to be great. It's going to be good. Does anyone have any questions before I get off of here? Does anyone want me to go back over anything else? Or are y'all okay? Y'all good? By the way, the Smoking Profit podcast will have a new episode this Sunday. We're having to change our schedule. I think I mentioned that before. We're going to bi-weekly versus every week because Dante will soon be back in school. So Dante is going to be back in school and I'm actually taking a class for like a few classes for the next several months to get some certifications and some stuff. So we're going to be really busy and we're just not going to stress ourselves out. We're making room, we're making space for the growth. And that means that sometimes we have to let things go or not give them as much attention so that we can put that attention and energy in other places. And I'm going to, while I'm thinking about that, there are two podcast links that I want to drop for you all. I want to drop a podcast link for you. Thank you, Shirley. I love you. I want to drop a podcast link for you about, sorry, I got distracted because I wanted to say something to her, but I know if I said it to her, she would be like, I'm going to get you. So I'm not going to say it. But I'm going to drop a podcast link about transitions. And it's just like a short 5-minute message on transitions. It's going to help to give you some comfort. It's going to help to make you feel more comfortable with moving into this uncomfortable space, which is really a good space to be because of this one reason: we have God, you know? And then I'm also going to drop a podcast link there about making room for growth. Okay. It's going to be 4 things that will help you make room for growth, 4 practical things. Okay. So the thing about the paper, God wants us to release. He wants us to release the ideas that we have, the plans that we have. He wants us to release that stuff. Like, just, I'm letting it go. And he wants us to pick up. He wants us to, what is the word that I'm looking for? Because it's not really to pick up anything. It's just the, okay, this is what I'm trying to say. God wants us to release because he wants us to make room for the thing that he wants to give us. So when you release, when you say, okay, I got this idea in my head, this is what I want to do, I got this whole plan laid out, Father. I got this business plan before you. Like, what? I got to rework the Smoking Profits business plan. I got to do that. He wants us to take all of that stuff and just say boom, and just come before him with something blank and let him give us the vision. And if he brings in something that was existing and tells you, hey, go pull that from there, then use it. But if he doesn't, hey, babe, that's my husband, that DC kid. But if he doesn't, then just write what he's telling you and just go with what he's saying. So Shalonda Delaney Allen said, I needed all of this today. I'm excited, y'all. Like, I'm just excited. I'm just so excited, you all. I'm just so excited and nervous at the same time. I'll be honest. But yeah, I'll drop those 2 podcast links there, and then I'll also drop the graphic on spiritual seasons so you all can see that, or either a link to my Pinterest because I know it's over there. I just gotta find the board, and I wasn't able to concentrate enough to find the board while I was trying to talk to you and keep you all entertained. I'm out of here. My husband said, I got this. And yeah, I got this because God's got this. And we given it all to him, and he's going to lay it out for us. We're just going to make space by releasing what we have. Okay. I'm out. I love y'all. Have the most amazing day. And until the next time, bye.